Hello and welcome to another pregnancy yoga workout. This sequence is going to focus particularly on alleviating pain in your back, so in your your shoulders and your upper back, all the way down to your lower back as well, because I know that that's something that is particularly common during pregnancy. That extra weight that we're carrying around is inevitably going to affect our spine. Also the sort of changing position with our pelvis and the relaxing hormone in our body that's causing all of our joints to soften and relax. All of that has a knock-on effect, and it's usually your back that takes most of that strain. So this sequence is designed to just kind of give you a little bit of relief from that back pain and to release tension that you might be storing up in your back. So hopefully it'll make you feel a little bit better. So we're beginning today in a seated position. The only thing that we're going to use for this session is a yoga ball. If you don't have one, don't worry, it's only for a short part of the sequence and you can do that section just sitting on a chair or a sofa or on the edge of your bed. So take a moment to get yourself nice and comfortable in a seated position, so whichever position is comfy for you to sit in, just for a couple of minutes. And we're going to begin by bringing our focus to the breath. So if it feels alright for you to do so, you could close your eyes or just soften your gaze. And just allow yourself to take your focus to the breath, shutting out any other thoughts, anything that might be worrying or bothering you at the moment. Don't allow your mind to dwell on those things. Just focus on your breath as you breathe in and breathe out. Now, not trying to change the breath in any way at first, just observing the breath, taking a moment to check in with yourself and see how you're feeling today. Maybe doing a quick scan through your body from your head to your toes, making a mental note of any areas of tightness or tension, any particular areas of discomfort. Just becoming aware of those things. Just allowing that to take your focus and your attention for a moment. Now place one hand on your tummy and the other hand in the small of your back. So your hands are either side of your abdomen. And begin to breathe in really deeply now. So as you inhale, breathe in through your nose and draw that breath all the way down into your belly. And then breathe out gently through your mouth, just through softly parted lips. So breathing in deeply through the nose, breathing out softly through the mouth. So as you breathe in, just observe how it feels as the air travels all the way down into your abdomen. Notice the movement in your hands. Do your hands come further apart as you breathe in? And then bring them closer together as you breathe out. Just keep focusing on that breath, the effect that it's having on your body. Visualizing that breath travelling all the way down to your baby. Breathing in and breathing out. So making your out breath a little bit longer than your in breath. It's the out breath that helps us to slow down and relax, that immediately makes us feel calmer and more peaceful. Good. Now release your hands down, and you could just place them on your knees if it feels comfortable for you, or just rest them in your lap. Now keep breathing in exactly the same way. Inhaling deeply through your nose, drawing that breath all the way down to your belly, breathing down to your baby. And exhaling softly through the mouth. Notice that every time you breathe out, Your shoulders begin to relax down. Bring your attention to the shoulders now and consciously draw them down away from your ears. With every out breath, just let them completely relax down, releasing any tension there. Now we're going to do some nice slow circles with our neck. And so take your chin down to your chest. And then slowly let your right ear come towards your right shoulder. And then bring the chin back to the chest. And take the left ear to the left shoulder. So we're just doing half circles. Move with your breath as you inhale. Come up to one side. As you exhale, come back down to the chest. Inhaling up to the other side. Exhaling back down. So we're really slowly moving this neck. Feeling a little stretch down each side as we move from left to right. And releasing tension. Just allowing yourself to let go. And then bring the gaze back up and open your eyes again if you haven't already done so. So we're just going to take our feet in front now, keeping your knees nice and bent. And then place your hands on your knees. So as you inhale, slide your hands down your legs and just feel your shoulder blades pinching together behind you, and that sensation of opening up across the front of the shoulders, across the chest. As you breathe out, slide the hands up towards the knees and all the way down your shins, rounding through your back, really creating space across the back of the body. Inhale to slide those hands back towards you, pinching those shoulder blades together, and if it feels around your neck, you can look up. Exhale, bring the chin down to the chest, slide the hands down the legs, round the back. Inhale to come back. So this is just a seated variation of our cat and cow stretches, warming up the spine. So on the exhale, we're rounding through the back, and on the inhale, we're bringing the shoulders together, looking up. So keep moving with your own breath, just going in your own time. Really beginning to release some tension in that back. Having a lovely stretch out. And then next time you come back up to a nice neutral position, just keep it there, sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to take our legs over towards the right now, so we're just going to take both legs round to the side. We're going to use our left hand on the mat beside us just to support us and keep us sitting up nice and straight as we go into a little bit of a side stretch. So as you breathe in, take your right arm all the way up and breathe out to take it over. So using this left hand to keep you nice and supported. Inhale to come back up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to bring it back up. Exhale over. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, release. Good, keep moving with your breath, inhaling up. So as you reach over, feel that lovely stretch all the way down the right hand side of your body. I want you to consciously think now about pushing your right sit bone down into the mat. So your right hip, don't allow it to lift up, really push it down. So you're creating all that space in between the hip and the fingertips. Really opening up through the side of your body. And stretching out the back as well. So last time, bring the arm down. And then take your legs across to the other side. using your right hand this time on the mat to keep you nice and tall and upright. Breathe in to lift the left arm up, reaching tall, and breathing out to reach across. Inhale back up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale into that lovely side bend. Inhale back up, exhale down. Keep moving with your own breath. Really reaching through those fingertips, creating as much space as you possibly can between that left hip and those left fingertips. So really lifting and lengthening and pushing down through the hips as well, getting that lovely stretch. And we're going to do one more. Inhale all the way up, exhale over, inhale up, and exhale back down. Brilliant. Okay, we'll come to our tabletop position now. So on your hands and knees, feel free to add additional padding under your wrists or your knees if they feel a little bit uncomfortable on the mat. So you want to have your wrists under your shoulders. Knees are going to be a little bit wider than hip width apart, so we're keeping that pelvis nice and open, leaving loads of space for your baby. And we're just going to move those hips around, so not necessarily taking them in circles. I want you just to tune into your body now, see how it's feeling, and just move with whatever feels nice for you. So it might feel nice just to kind of rock the hips from side to side. It might feel nice to come forward and backwards. It might feel nice to do a little figure of 8. Just do whatever feels nice for your hips today. So feeling it into the lower back. Feel free to just tilt the pelvis forward and backwards if you want to. Just see how your back feels today, releasing any tension in those hips as well as the lower back. And then you're just going to begin to walk your hands a little bit further forward, so not taking them too far forward, and just allow your chest to melt down towards the mat. So feel that stretch there across your shoulders and really lengthening from your tailbone all the way up to the top of your back. Relax your head down and keep breathing slowly and deeply into that stretch. So really push your hips back. Reach your fingertips forward and just feel your chest melting down. Holding it here for one more breath. In and out. And then slowly begin to bring it back up. Walk those hands in towards you nice and carefully. And sit yourself back. So we're going to bring the yoga ball in now, if you've got one. Don't worry if you haven't got one, you can still do most of these things just in the tabletop position that we were in then. So if you have got a ball, just bring it in. And we're sitting behind the ball, and we're going to just come up onto our knees, placing our hands on top of the ball, and then slowly begin to just roll the ball out in front of you, bringing the upper body down. So keep pushing your hips back and relax your chest and your belly down. So just let your belly hang down underneath you. Feel your baby just as if they're in a little hammock, just resting beneath you. So releasing all of that pressure from your pelvis, releasing all of that pressure from the lower back, and just completely relaxing. So feel free to rock and move around using the ball in this position. Feel that lovely stretch across the back of your shoulders as well. And relax your head down, so try not to hold any tension there in your neck. And then as you breathe in, round through the back and slowly draw that ball back in towards you. Standing up tall. Okay, we're going to use the ball now to help us do a lunge. So again, if you haven't got the ball with you, you can still do this without it, but you might find it useful to use maybe like some blocks or just something to kind of help you be a little bit raised up. So we're going to take a step forward with our right foot and just place it roughly at the side of the ball. And then we're just going to use the ball to help support us. That's all it is, to keep us nice and upright so we're not coming forward too much. So you're just going to begin to lunge forward. So feeling those hips sinking down towards the mat. Now if this is uncomfortable on your back knee, remember you can roll up your mat to make a little bit more padding, or you can just place like a cushion or a jumper or a blanket or something under there, because there can be a little bit of pressure going on to that back knee. So we're just using that ball here just for a bit of support. We can obviously do this without the ball, but it's just nice to know that we've got that support there, that we don't feel quite so wobbly. Really sink those hips down. Now taking your hand and just place it into your lower back. And just take your gaze upwards. So it's just the tiniest little back bend here. We're not doing anything too much because we don't want to put too much strain on that lower back. But opening up your chest, creating all that lovely space in the front of your body. Lots of space there for your baby. But pinching your shoulder blades together. Really lifting into that lovely back bend, but sinking those hips down as well. Perfect. And then bring both hands onto the ball. And we're just going to slide that ball in towards us. Just rolling it until we straighten that front leg. And then if you bring your toes up towards the ceiling, we can feel that lovely stretch down the back of your leg. And then carefully bring that knee back down. I'm just going to roll the ball forward a little bit and then move on to the other side. So carefully, using the ball to support you, step forward with your left foot this time, placing it at the side of the ball. And then we're just going to lunge forward, sliding that back knee back, putting a little bit of padding under that back knee if you feel that you need it, and then just allowing those hips to sink down. So let the ball just take your weight, allow it to support you, keeping you nice and upright. So we're always keeping loads of space in the front of the body. And then keeping your right hand on the ball, we're just going to take the left hand into the lower back and just take the gaze upwards, pinching those shoulder blades back together. Tiny little back bend. Feeling those hips melting down and feeling that chest, feeling the heart lifting upwards. Lovely. Now take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Remember, we're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then bringing your hand onto the ball, just roll it back towards you, bring your weight back and straighten out that front leg once again. So bringing your toes up towards the ceiling and just feel that little stretch down the back of the leg. So this is a really nice hamstring stretch. Nice if you do get cramps in the back of your legs. Just stretching out and releasing those tight hamstrings. And then when you're ready, bring that foot back in. Okay. So we're going to roll the ball forward a little bit now. And then just bring your left knee forward. And you want to have it in the centre of the mat. And then, keeping your weight on the ball, we're going to straighten out that back leg, keeping the toes down onto the floor. So use that ball to keep you nice and steady. We're then going to pivot our front legs just so it goes round to the back a little bit, so the foot comes round to the back, just to keep you a little bit steadier. And then we're going to drop the heel of that back foot as well. Keeping your left hand on the ball, we're going to inhale, bring the arm up towards the ceiling. Reach those fingertips up. Really think about keeping that leg nice and straight and strong, so pushing down into the outside edge of that foot. Keep your hips pushing forward, reaching upwards with those fingertips. And then if you want to, you can take the arm over and just feel a much bigger stretch down the side. If that feels too much for you, keep it up here. So go with whichever variation is working for you. So we're just leaning onto the ball here with the forearm. Feel free to move the ball around. It doesn't have to be completely still. Just do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel nice and steady and supported. And then inhale to bring it up. Exhale down. Pivot that foot once again and then step that right knee in. And then we'll move to the other side. So taking a step back with that left foot, keeping the toes down nice and straight. Pivot the front leg round. Drop the heel of the back foot. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Inhale the arm up. Reaching upwards towards the ceiling. So resting down on the ball with the right hand. Reaching up with those fingertips. And keeping that back leg nice and straight and strong. And then if you want to, you can bring the arm over, reaching over your head, making it into a side stretch. But if that feels too much on your lower back, we keep it up here. Lovely, reaching and lengthening, nice and strong. Feeling that stretch all the way down from your ankle to your fingertips. And then inhale the arm up, exhale it down, pivot that front knee and bring the foot back in. Well done. Okay, coming to sit on top of the ball now for this next section. So take your feet nice and wide so that you feel nice and secure, that you're not rolling around too much. And then we're going to inhale to take our arms up and over the head. Exhale down with the palms together, bring them down to your bump. Inhale the arms up. Exhale them down. And one last time. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. This time keeping your left hand on the ball. Inhale your right arm all the way up and over into a little side stretch. Exhaling down, swapping sides. Inhale the left arm up and over. Exhale down. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale down. And the left. So we're just going to do 2 more on each side. So really think about creating as much length as you can in the side of the body with each stretch you do. So pushing down on that same hip, so with your left hip now pushing down as that left arm goes over, and then the right hip pushing down as well. So you're really lengthening all the way down the side of the body. We'll do 1 more on each side. And over and back down. Perfect. Just taking it into a little twist now. So remember, twisting in pregnancy yoga is fine, but it needs to be an open twist rather than a closed twist. So we're opening across the shoulders and we're twisting with the shoulders rather than twisting in the abdomen. So just taking your left hand, placing it on the ball. Right hand is just going to come onto the knee, just the fingertips, just so you can use that hand to help you twist. Inhale to sit up nice and tall. Exhale, leading with that left shoulder, just begin to turn around a little bit to face the back of the room. So we really feel this twist and this opening up across the shoulders and the chest, and a twist through the spine. We're not feeling anything in the abdomen. The belly's not getting involved in this twist. You've still got loads of lovely space there for your baby. Exhale to bring it back around. Swapping sides, taking the left hand onto the right knee, right hand onto the ball. Inhale to sit up nice and tall. Exhale to twist gently round, leading with the right shoulder this time. Looking back over that shoulder, opening up across the chest and feeling that lovely twist all the way down your back. Exhale to bring it back round to centre. So we're just going to do some little movements with the pelvis now. So just tilting your hips from side to side first of all. So just keeping your hands either on your knees or on the ball. And we're just taking the ball from side to side. So it's only a really small movement, but we're just getting into those hips, getting into the side of the body. So sometimes if you do get any kind of muscular pain down your sides, this is a little stretch that gets into those muscles that we don't often get to exercise. And then just taking the pelvis forward and backwards. So this one feels really nice into the lower back. If you are getting any pain there, any pressure, just tucking your tailbone under and then taking it back. So just rolling that ball forward and backwards really gently. And if you want to keep your hand on your lower back and just sort of feel that movement and just support it, you can do. So it's just that little movement, side to side and forward and backwards. Okay, the final part of the session is going to be lying on your back. So in pregnancy yoga, we don't just lie flat on our back for any extended period of time because we are advised against that. So instead we use a much safer technique, which is just to have your heart lifted slightly. So to have the upper body lifted up from the mat. So I've just got a couple of blocks here and then a bolster, but if you don't have these things, a couple of pillows and a cushion, for example, will be fine. So just anything that will support your upper back and keep you slightly raised up. So you take a moment to get yourself nice and comfy and lie yourself down so that you do feel nice and supported. You don't want to be feeling uncomfortable or wobbly in any way. So bring your hips in nice and close towards your pillow or your bolster, and then slowly lie yourself back down, feeling that upper body nice and supported. So keeping your knees bent for now, so we're just protecting that lower back. And just place your hands down by your sides with the palms facing up. And just feel those shoulders melting down. Feel that chest opening up. Just take a moment here to reset that spine. Feel that lower back just beginning to relax. So come back to your breathing once again. Inhaling nice and deeply through the nose and feeling that breath travelling all the way down to your baby. And then exhaling through the mouth, gently and softly. Remembering to make your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. Now turn your palms to face down. Just rest them down on the mat. And we're going to walk the feet in a little bit closer towards the hips. So you want them to be a little bit wider than hip width apart, but nice and close in towards you. And we're just going to do some little pelvic tilts here. So just gently lifting your tailbone up and then lowering it back down. So move with your breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. So as you lift that tailbone, feel your lower back sinking down into the mat. It might just be that little bit of relief that your back needs, just taking off that pressure. So inhaling to lift, exhaling to lower. Take those hips a little bit higher now if it feels okay for you. Exhaling back down. So try and keep your knees nice and still, so don't allow them to come out or in. Keeping your toes facing forward. And push down into your heels, so send your weight down into the heels. Lifting and lowering. So this movement, it just creates a little bit of space in the pelvis. Lifting those hips up will just allow your baby just to kind of release a bit of that pressure in the pelvis, but also it's moving the lower back, it's getting into that back, that spine. Releasing tension there as well. So take those hips up as high as you feel comfortable doing so. We don't want to go mad. We're only lifting up into like a little ski slope shape. So always lowering back down on the exhale. We don't hold this pose in pregnancy yoga. And lowering down one final time. Slide the feet a little bit further away from your hips, and then just gently allow them to go from side to side like windscreen wipers. So just taking them to the left and the right, not taking them too far over, just until you can feel it in the lower back, and it should feel really nice, like we're just releasing it off. We shouldn't feel any pain there at all. And then one final stretch, and this is a nice one for if you suffer with sciatica, because it's a stretch of the piriformis muscle which runs along the top of your bum, and that's the muscle that presses on the sciatic nerve and causes that discomfort. So just stretching out that muscle should do something to prevent it. So taking your left foot, we're just going to lift it up and cross the ankle on top of the right knee. And then just allow that knee just to gently fall outwards. So we're getting that little stretch in the inside of the hip, but also in the outside as well. So just allow it to fall out there. Spend a few breaths here. Just give those hips a moment to open up and release. Stay focused on your breath. These last few minutes of the session are really important. Don't allow your mind to wander. Just stay present and focused. Just for a little bit longer. And then release that foot down. Swapping sides, bringing the right foot across and just gently taking that knee out to the side. Feeling that lovely stretch across the outside of your hip joint and also the inside of your hip as it opens up as well. Just give it 2 more breaths here. When we do hip stretches, we always stay in them for a little bit longer than other stretches because the hips hold so much tension. They do take a little while just to release and let go. And then when you're ready, bring that foot back down. Bring the soles of your feet together and allow the knees to flop out to either side, opening up like the pages of a book. Placing your hands either on the inside of your legs or on your bump. And close your eyes. And we'll just spend a moment here, relaxing, focusing on the breath, and just enjoying that bond between you and your baby. Inhaling deeply, sending that breath down to your baby. Exhaling softly and gently through the mouth. Breathing in and breathing out. Allowing all of the muscles in your body now to release and let go. Allowing yourself to relax completely. Everything feels heavy. Take this moment now to release any tension from the body and any negative emotions from the mind, any fears, anxieties, anger, stress. Let them all go until there is only calm and peace and relaxation left. Give yourself permission to completely surrender into this pose, completely relaxed and calm. And then slowly begin to bring that awareness back. Just begin to wriggle the fingers and toes. Gently, using your hands to support, bring your knees back together. And then slowly begin to bring yourself up to seated. Take your time. And we'll finish with one final deep breath in and out. So inhale and bring those arms up and over your head. Bring the palms together. Exhale them down, all the way down to your bump. Holding them there by your baby. Tuck your chin to your chest. And bow down to honour your practice and that of everybody else. Namaste.